This video, what we're going to talk about today is a very common practice that goes into play, especially inside of platforms like High Level when it comes to SMS messaging. Now, we all know all of the rules and anti-spam and protections we need for email whenever we're doing mass email marketing, but now we're seeing a rise in success with SMS marketing as well to be able to deliver messages right to your phone, which usually increases opt-in rates, deliverability, reputation, and healthy bottom line, right? It's business. And so what I want to do is today is take you through specifically in Go High Level what you need to do to get A2P 10DLC compliance, which I had learned myself. And I had figured out what I needed to do through a little bit of research on my own and a little bit of trial and error. But I want to get to a point right now to where I went through it so that way you guys don't have to. And so what the heck is this? So A2P 10DLC compliance it's a type of security regulation, and it is law if you're using SMS messaging, especially for application to phone, which is something like Go High Level, right? We are creating automations and workflows going out to massive amounts of people, or you have customers that are using SMS opt-ins to be able to get reviews or surveys or be able to get access using text messaging instead of just email alone. And by having this compliance, you are basically ensuring that you are reputable, your delivery rate's going to be up, you are in compliance with federal law and anti-spam acts, and and then of course the 10 DLC is a 10-digit long code. That's all it is. It's a code that's designed to associate with your SMS number and get it registered using so you can use it with application to phone. So that's really what this means right here. So we're going to focus on the Go High Level aspect and how you need to make sure that you are getting verified through the system right here inside of Go High Level. First thing you want to do is, and this is going to be a requirement. This would be a requirement for all Go High Level. I highly recommend this, especially if you are doing SMS. If you are not doing SMS, then I would not worry about this. But I'd say 9 times out of 10, most businesses and companies now in 2024, at the time of this recording, are using SMS messaging, and it is a great way to get started and a great way to get your foot in the door. So it is, I would consider this a requirement for Go High Level use. And so first thing we have to do is we have to add a number. We actually have to add a phone number. I have a number right here that is A2P verified, but I blurred it out because I don't want to put my number on there. So basically, you're gonna have to order a phone number, and this is gonna be in the sub account, right? This is not at an agency account. This is inside the sub account. You have to order a phone number, and literally this will take you through the process of ordering the number. It's literally a step-by-step process, and you pick your area code. There's a list of numbers. And so if I clicked on add number, I could add phone number, I could do a pool. But like if I wanted to go through and add a number, I could pick a country, I could pick a filter, I could pick a code, and I can choose a number and then proceed to buy it. So that's how you do that. And then you can go through and pick your area code, you can add filters, and things like that. So once you have your number selected, it's going to show up right here. That is step 1. Then step 2, you're going to have a nice little bar up here. It's going to be probably red. This will not be green. Mine is green. It'll be red saying you are not compliant. And what happens when you add your number here, you will see all of these new options. And then what we can do is come over here to the Trust Center. Let's go ahead and come over here to the Trust Center. And then you'll be able to create and go through the wizard here to be able to make sure that you are verified and that you're registered, your brand's approved, and your campaign's approved. Of course, right here, only if you're sending SMS to US using a local or mobile number. So if this is you, if you're not doing this, then you don't have to worry about this. There is a very, very small charge to make sure that this make sure that this campaign is approved. And so I want to make sure you guys get that on the first time. I think it's like $20 or $30 for the entire for the application, and then there's I believe a service fee. So service fee is around $20 or $30. It's nominal, right? It's a nominal thing. And there are 2 things that you will have to do to make sure that you are compliant, okay? And I just want to make sure that we make sure you guys get these two things to make sure because SMS is an opt-in, right? Just like an email, it's going to be a voluntary opt-in. And what the approval process is going to do, whether it's a human or an AI bot, is they're going to look at two different places, okay? They're going to look at two different spots where people are going to be able to opt in and make sure that you are indeed an approved user. And I'm going to show you what those two places are to where you can do this yourself, right? Or do this for your customers. You're going to want to make sure you have these two things in these two places, okay? And I'm going to show you. I'm going to go to my website, okay? Website is first. So they will check your website, okay? Now it can be either a regular website or even a funnel, right? A funnel is a type of website or some sort of form. But we're going to do a website. You can do a website or a funnel. And so what I do have is I'm going to actually zoom down here to the very bottom. I'm actually going to move this out of the way. And then we're going to have, at a minimum, these two options on your website, okay? You need terms and conditions and a privacy policy. Okay, you need to have those two things right there. And of course, if I go to my terms and conditions right here, I'm actually going to look, there's my terms of service right here. I actually have a very lengthy one, but it's got my business name in here. So right here, it's got my business name right here. Anywhere you see that, that is my business name. So that way they can go to it and it's easily accessible, right? And so I also have a privacy policy. So we're going to pop open the privacy policies for my website. And of course, right here, I have my business name on here. So it's just a very basic privacy policy. And so that is step one right there, okay? And then in the application process, I have to tell people what happens when users opt in, right? And so I literally said in my application, because I can describe it, and I can show you guys what that looks like, is I literally said I have a yellow button right here at the top of my website that people click to schedule a call. That is literally it. And then, of course, this is the other piece, right? And this is a simple form that people will fill out to be able to schedule a call. And of course, you see full name, organization, email, and phone. But the important thing is right here. I actually have an opt-in and that people have to check this box and agree in order to be able to submit their info. And it literally links back to my privacy policy and terms and conditions to let people, hey, you have read this, you have agreed to put in your number, and you agree to receive SMS messages. And right here, it's like I agree. And for me, that's where it's coming from. And then I link back to the privacy policy and terms and conditions. And of course, I'll show you right here. I have this form right here as well. So it's a very similar form. It's another way people can. It's a different form that I have that on my website, but I literally have this as an option as well. So if you take people to your website right here, this could be a website. And then I literally tell people that same thing. I agree to receive SMS text messages. So it's a couple of different places, and so you can just use the existing. You can use the form that you have. So like you have a form right here. As long as you have it on your website, and then you have it right here on a form, to where that's how people can opt in. So it needs to be present in both places because they're going to check both. How do they access this on your website? And then what is the process once they actually agree to opt in? And so once you have those two things, you are pretty much set. And so let me go ahead and close this. I'm going to close this. I'm going to close that. And so let me show you what this looks like, okay? So if I go to, this takes you through a wizard, right? I'm going to show you what the campaign looks like. So I'm actually going to pretend to create a new campaign right here. I'm going to do a standard. And as you can see right here, what you'll have to do first is you will have to fill in all of your information, right? This is all information that is specific to you, right? And so I literally have right here my use case explained in detail right here. I literally say my website, which you guys just saw, has a bright yellow button in the upper right corner for people to book a discovery call with my company. It's a pop-up form I send to people to apply to get book call reminders. The form has an opt-in disclaimer checkbox informing leads when they submit their phone number that they may receive SMS messages as related to confirmation of appointment, blah, 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 blah. Okay, along with links to terms of the privacy policy. And so on the footer of the website itself is the same terms and conditions of the privacy policy. So I have the use case I have a low volume mixes, which they recommend for the campaign use case. And then, of course, this is what happens when somebody opts in. This is an example. This is just samples, right? This doesn't have to be like your exact usage. It helps if it is your usage, but even then, they will provide a sample. This is just so that way they know this is possibly what a message could look like. And you have to have opt out language. So you have to be able to give people an option to opt out. And then, of course, here's sample message 2. This is a different message, especially if they're applying to book a call with me. So it's just an example, another sample message with a little bit more detail. And please check your email for the details of the appointment. Of course, I typoed that. You can opt out of the message with any future messages. Simply reply with stop to opt out. Okay, and that is a setting you can turn on inside of your profile, in your business profile. There's an option. It's like just a generic. It's like an unsubscribe for email. It's the same thing. There's unsubscribe for email. There's stop to opt out. Just very basic use case. Message will include embedded link, phone numbers. Excuse me. And so that's really it right there. And then you continue, and then of course there is user consent. And so if I continue, there is user consent right here. I'm not going to submit this because I've already done this, but I just want to show you guys what this looks like. So how do leads, contacts consent to receive messages? And I literally go through a very similar process of what I went through in the first step as far as use case, right? I literally tell people, it's like, how do they consent? So there is a pop-up from the large yellow button, and I tell them that right here, there's a large yellow button. It's this one right here. And I let tell people, and you guys saw the form. So they will fill out their personal information or follow-up to receive the calendar link to book their call via email and SMS. There is a checkbox on the same form where they're required to consent. So as I showed you guys in the form, it's on the website. You can use a funnel as well. It doesn't have to be like a complex, crazy website. You can have a funnel too, just long as it's very clear and they can go in and scan it and see it. And as long as it's visible on your website and on your form, your opt-in form, as long as it's visible and it can be detected, you will get approved. This is how you will get approved. And so I have the opt-in message must contain business name and opt-out keyword. So this is important right here. And so I literally have business name. You have to make it very clear. You have to make it very clear for your business name, okay? So like you have confirmed your call with company, whatever your company is, right? So I put my company in there. Check your email messages for details on the appointment. If we wish to no longer receive these and future reminders, replace stop to opt out. So I have to have a keyword here. It can be whatever keyword you want. This is just a very simple one, very common one. That way you guys don't have to think about it. If they reply stop, then they're opted out. No big deal. You have to have this in the opt-in message. And of course, I mentioned the registration fee. It's a one-time charge. And then additional campaign fee up to $12 a month will apply. So if you have to have an additional campaign, which I am not going to do this. I'm going to go previous, and then I'm a previous, and then I'm actually not going to go through. I'm going to go back to the Trust Center. So I just want to take you guys through that real quick. Of course, if you do not do this and you want to do SMS messaging, any SMS and MMS messages, as you can see right here, they will fail if they're not registered. So that is the thing. It's like you have to be approved. You have to go through this approval process, which I just showed you how to do with your website and a form to where people can opt in, and then you associate your phone number with that campaign. Then, so once you get your numbers, I'm still not gonna show the numbers, but what you can do is then you come in and you click this right here, because once you're approved, you'll get emails once it's approved. For me, it took, I would say, let's see, I applied, I think it was yesterday, so about 24 hours. If it fails right away, then you have something wrong. Either you didn't have the website configured correctly, or it wasn't clear in your descriptions or your language inside your opt-in, whether it's a form or survey, however you have people opt in for SMS, it was not clear. And if you do those two things I showed you, it will be clear. And of course, you'll come over here, you'll click this right here, and then you'll select A2P campaign to link. So you'll link the campaign to the phone number, and then it'll show right there that it's verified. I don't know why that blurred that out. I wanted you guys to see that. Yeah, so as you can see right here, it's A2P verified. Once I linked it, it showed A2P verified right there, and that's it. Then you can start sending out SMS messages. So anyway, that was a quick training there. I say quick, it was 15 minutes, but I wanted you guys to understand. I wanted you guys to understand what it all entail to be an A2P 10DLC compliant. If you are sending out SMS messages, again, if you are not using SMS, then you do not have to worry about this. But I can assure you, a lot of client, maybe you have some customers, you will want them to do this, especially if you're doing something like reputation management or you're doing marketing campaigns and automations. You want to be able to have people opt into SMS or to be able to notify users via SMS. It's a lot quicker than email, and you have to make sure that you are compliant. If you have not yet signed up for Go High Level, I will include a 14-day trial affiliate link as my affiliate link down in the description below. If you would like a template, or maybe I can include a snapshot if there's enough demand for it, because I think would be very helpful. Or if you guys have any questions or get stuck on anything, drop into the comments. Let me know. I also put my contact information in there for Facebook and Instagram. You guys can reach out to me through messages, and if you guys have any questions. And I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, take care.